Well, we can talk now to the Director of Admissions at the University of Bedfordshire, Bob Cousins, and also to Bobbie Richardson, who didn't perform as well as she had hoped in her A-levels, so she chose to do an IT apprenticeship instead of going to university. Welcome, both of you. Thank you for coming in. Let's start with you then, Bobbie, because you will remember how you were feeling on this day when those results came through.
So nervous.
And you were one of those who didn't get what you wanted. What happened?
I was predicted A's across the board, but I actually ended up getting C's, which wasn't as well as I'd hoped to have done. And
that must have hit you hard. I mean, that was a huge difference then.
Definitely. I still got into university, but I didn't really know what I wanted to do as well. So the fact that I didn't do as well as I'd hoped so and still didn't know what I wanted to do definitely made me very nervous on results day.
OK, so what happened?
Well, after results day, I kind of, again, like I said, I didn't know what I wanted to do, so I went on to do a third year at college. I found that it was very difficult for me because a lot of my friends had gone off to uni, so I was on my own. So I ended up actually going into full-time work for a couple of years, which then led me to doing an IT apprenticeship. And
has that turned out to be something you're glad you've ended up going down that path?
Definitely. I think it's one of the best decisions I've ever made. It's put me in a much better position than a lot of people I know.
Why do you say it's put you in a better position?
Because at the moment a lot of my friends are graduating university, they've been at uni for 3 or 4 years and come out with a degree, which is great, but they're struggling to find jobs, they don't have the experience that they need to get those sort of jobs that they're looking for, but by taking an apprenticeship what I did is I got myself that experience and I didn't have the debt as well when I came out, which was great.
Bobbie, what's the best advice you'd give somebody if they find themselves in a position today where they don't know what they're going to be ending up doing?
I think the best piece of advice I'd say is just don't panic. It doesn't matter if you didn't do well because your grades don't define you. There's still other alternative options like apprenticeships, degree apprenticeships, and just because you don't do well academically doesn't mean that you won't do well somewhere else.
Did it take you a while to get to that position? I mean, on the day when
Definitely.
They come through, I guess you don't feel as level-headed as that.
No, it's definitely a bit of a shocker when you open your results and it's not what you wanted, but it's kind of really important to keep calm and just remember that there's still good things to come. And again, just because you have got bad results doesn't mean that that's going to set you up for a bad future.
And presumably that's the best thing for anybody who's in a situation where their loved one has not got the results they want.
Definitely, yes.
They want to actually stay. But is there anything on the day that kind of made you feel better?
Knowing that the future that I had was in my hands and not on the piece of paper in front of me, definitely.